You probably have heard of countries doing trade with each other in US dollar. Whether a country is buying military equipment or oil, the trade is done in US dollar. Even international loans are issued in US dollar. So why US dollar? Why not countries use their own currency? The answer is because US dollar is a global currency. A global currency is one that is accepted for trade throughout the world. Some of the world's currencies are accepted for most international transactions. The most popular are the US dollar, the euro, and the yen. Another name for a global currency is the reserve currency. According to the International Monetary Fund, the US dollar is the most popular. As of the fourth quarter of 2019, it makes up over 60% of all known central bank foreign exchange reserves. That makes it the de facto global currency, even though it doesn't hold an official title. The next closest reserve currency is the euro. It makes up 20% of known central bank foreign currency reserves. The relative strength of the US economy supports the value of the dollar. It's the reason the dollar is the most powerful currency. As of the end of 2020, the US had $2.04 trillion in circulation. As much as half that value is estimated to be in circulation abroad. In the foreign exchange market, the dollar rules. Around 90% of forex trading involves the US dollar. The dollar is just one of the world's 185 currencies according to the International Standards Organization list, but most of these currencies are only used inside their own countries. Almost 40% of the world's debt is issued in dollars. As a result, foreign banks need a lot of dollars to conduct business. This became evident during the 2008 financial crisis. Non-American banks had $27 trillion in international liabilities denominated in foreign currencies. Of that, $18 trillion was in US 50 cents. As a result, the US Federal Reserve had to increase its dollar swap line. That was the only way to keep the world's banks from running out of dollars. The financial crisis made the dollar even more widely used. In 2018, the banks of Germany, France, and Great Britain held more liabilities denominated in dollars than in their own currencies. Additionally, bank regulations enacted to prevent another crisis can make dollars scarce. That can also happen when the Federal Reserve increases the Fed funds rate. That decreases the money supply by making dollars more expensive to borrow. The dollar's strength is the reason governments are willing to hold the dollar in their foreign exchange reserves. Governments acquire currencies from their international transactions. They also receive them from domestic businesses and travelers who redeem them for local currencies. Some governments invest their reserves in foreign currencies. China and Japan deliberately buy the currencies of their main export partners. The United States is the largest export partner to both China and Japan. They try to keep their currencies cheaper in comparison so their exports are competitively priced. In March 2009, China and Russia called for a new global currency. They wanted the world to create a reserve currency that is disconnected from individual nations and is able to remain stable in the long run, thus removing the inherent deficiencies caused by using credit-based national currencies. China was concerned that the trillions it holds in dollars would be worthless if dollar inflation set in. This could happen as a result of increased US deficit spending and printing of US treasuries to support US debt. China called for the International Monetary Fund to develop a currency to replace the dollar. In the fourth quarter of 2016, the Chinese renminbi became another one of the world's reserve currencies. As of the first quarter of 2020, the world's central banks held $221 billion worth. That's a fraction of the $6.8 trillion held in US dollars, but it will continue to grow in the future. China wants its currency to be fully traded on the global foreign exchange markets. It would like the yuan to replace the dollar as the global currency. To do so, China is reforming its economy. Any nation's currency could replace the dollar as the world's currency, but they won't because they aren't as widely traded. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with your friends. Also, if you are new to the channel, then please consider subscribing.